Hi, everyone. Welcome to Feed and Grain Chat. I'm your host, Elise Schaefer, editor of Feed and Grain. This edition of Feed and Grain Chat is brought to you by Walk Global Media and feedandgrain.com. Feedandgrain.com is your source for the latest news, product, and equipment information for the grain handling and feed manufacturing industries. Today, I'm joined on Zoom by Mike Seifert, President and CEO of the National Grain and Feed Association. He's here to discuss the critical need for advocacy on policies that impact feed and grain businesses and how you can get involved. Mike, why is it important for feed and commercial grain industry stakeholders to become advocates for the industry?
Well, one, because members of Congress and administration officials need to hear from those involved in our industry. But more importantly, our members are the folks who are involved in the business each and every day. They understand the impact of proposed policies on their bottom line, on their employees, and on their communities. And them being a voice and reaching out to particularly their members of Congress is incredibly important because they can convey exactly what the impact is in those congressional districts and states as decisions are being made.
Now, what federal or state policies are you hearing NGFA members advocating for this year?
Well, a couple. One of which is obviously the Farm Bill, which has been delayed to this point, but conservation title working lands are very important to our members. Maintaining a market-oriented farm policy is important, and increasing funding for trade promotion programs. That's something that we've been working with a number of other organizations on. The transportation issues, making sure we have an efficient and reliable transportation system. Most importantly, this year, the Water Resources Development Act, which is our lock and dam system, is up for reauthorization. And then there's annual funding that is always focused in those areas. From a regulatory standpoint, we're very focused on some common sense measures as it relates to labor and workforce issues. And then particularly in the feed area, we've also been working to pass with other organizations to pass the iFeed Act, or Innovative Feed Act on Capitol Hill. This is legislation that would create a new class of feed ingredients where basically ingredients which interact with the animal's gut, but which have a non-nutritive impact, but might do something like, say, reduce methane emissions. Currently, those ingredients are regulated as animal drugs, and that's a 10-year approval process. By passing this new legislation, it would allow them to be regulated as feed ingredients instead of animal drugs, greatly reducing that time. And it would put both our member companies and U.S. producers on equal footing with the European Union, Latin America, Southeast Asia, Australia, other places where these ingredients can already be used and the claims can already be made.
Mike, what resources are available to help stakeholders understand how these issues impact their business and what they can do to influence the policies?
Sure, we have a lot of resources on our NGFA website. They can always go on there, ngfa.org, and we have a policy section where they can pull up many of our issue papers and understand how to do it. There's also advocacy tools that can be used for outreach to the members of Congress. And also, we've got a full team of policy staff that work on these issues in the NGFA offices, and they can always reach out to them to get more information or a better understanding of the issues at hand.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining me today.
Happy to join you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. That's all for today's Feed and Grain Chat. If you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, sign up for the Industry Watch daily e-newsletter, or go to feedandgrain.com and search for videos. Thanks again for joining me, and we hope to see you next time.